Alright, welcome everyone. Hello, hello. We are back for another hour of Age, or for the Creator's Creation recording series. Hope you're all doing well. I know I am. Today we're going to finish up the N-Happy and try and get them completely done. So, for the Dragonborne series. So we need to look up something. So we know that these wars are going on. We have the Guskia Wars that we worked on last time. And because of that, we need to make sure that we're correct in this. So we're looking at this. We have the 2622 to 246, and we have the attributed. So we've got two wars that are identical to each other. So we're going to do something real quick. We're going to duplicate this real quick because we need to see the timelines. And we need to go to the 26. There it is. Should be in here. So these wars are going on. Oh, so I think what we need to do actually is we need to adjust this. I see the issue. Because see, this and this are working in the same time. So I think what we're going to do instead is do 431. We're going to say this ends, and then this is going to immediately begin, because that will be when the humans declare their independence, if you will. So let's, first off, adjust the timelines. Go in here. Go do that, like that. And then, so, okay, second thing is, the chromatic race, right? They are born in what time period? Chromatic dragonborne. So they don't come to be. So this is not going to be in either of these. Because this would be the metallic only. So we don't have a reason why this would be here. Because this was only the chromatic. The chromatic only had that war. And then the chromatic dragonborn don't end up in another war until recent history. So let's go make sure of something real quick. Where the metallic? What's going on? Smoking through the age. Okay. So the metallic would have this war. But they wouldn't get the War of Refusal because the metallic would be extinct by the Age of the Last Flame, which is here. And the War of Tilk, oh, they would get the War of Tilk. These guys wouldn't. Okay. So their more modern war is going to be what we have now, which is, okay. So for the Dragonborn, do we have any other wars in here they're involved in? We have the current war, which this ended in 26 AS. I actually do need to update this. We actually need to also Age of Divinity, and then we need to add, and this isn't 26 AS. Let's go into the base timeline real quick. We have the until 28 AS is the ruling. So let's make sure we're doing that in all of these. So this isn't the Age of Peace, as we decided. It was going to be named as the Age of Divinity. And we decided that would go till 28 AS. Oops. Okay. We need to get our timelines all adjusted today. So first off, nope. And this is Age of Divinity. And then we're going to do the Age of Monsters here in a minute. Royalty, again, same thing. We have this. We need to update it. And we need to rename this as Age of Divinity. Okay. Cities, same thing. We need to make sure we get all of our timelines up to date. Okay. Because we don't want anything changing. So the Age of Monsters. Oh, actually, shit. Okay, so this is what we actually need. Alright, so we need to go back in here. Boop. Okay. And same thing goes here. And then same thing goes here. Okay. We'll do the same thing here. Same thing here, yep. And then, because we need to update our timelines anyways. And then I think the tech ages are up to date. Yeah. Okay, perfecto. Okay. So we need Tautler's War, which started during this time. We'll call it Tautler's Conquest. Oops. And then we're going to do, I think it's Alt-Enter? Yeah. And this happened at 33 AS to, or no, this was in 30 AS, yeah, because, and then this is to, because he doesn't have anything going on during this time. Actually, no, he would have started this during this point. So we're going to put that there, because he would have started this in 10 AS, because this was when he became king. Oops. Alt enter 10 AS, and we'll say to 15 AS, and then Alt Tautler versus Dragonborne clans, and we're gonna go ahead and add that to the Anhafi here, and then we're gonna do. He has one currently going on. We're going to call this the War of Scales. And then this is going to be the Dragonborne versus dwarves, or the, yeah, dwarves, yeah, mountain dwarves. And we're going to put that in. So that would have begun right after the Feasting of Grimm. Oops. Alt-Enter. Oh, it's Control-Enter. Which would have been, so 26 AS to 33 AS, as we're currently, that just finished up. And I got to get my timelines up to date today anyway, so we wanted to get this done. Okay. In which he ended up retreating. So we're going to put that one in. This is why we're ending the timeline at the Age of Monsters, for those who are wondering. It's because of this. As this has been the biggest thing. Okay, so we've got that. And then we have the... what do we call this? The Golden Horizon Wars. Yeah, we're going to call it Golden Horizon Wars because of the fact that this is going to be multiple. Golden Dragon Empire versus really the world. And Mechanicus. And we're going to say that this would start as of 34 AS, and we're going to put it to current. And we're going to say we're going to end this campaign. Well, we don't know when we're going to end this campaign. That's the problem. So we're going to also add that to the wars, which thankfully those are more in modern times, so we actually have something. For events, we do want to add some stuff. So this is 35 AS. 28 AS, so something I'm going to do. Insert above. Currently in 33 AS. The multi-dimensions of Mechanicus. Let's call it the other dimensions begin the invasion and of Silencia in Crimea. Let's see. And we're going to do the very beginning. So 35. I don't know where I'm going to put this yet. 35 AS. The merging. The great merging begins. Oops. Nope. Control Enter. We don't know. I don't know what month I'm going to do this yet, but we're going to add this in here just to keep note of it. All other dimensions 11. Begin a full merging due to Thief and the other gods, or the other beyond gods decision. A full war for the control of all 11 dimensions begins. And we'll do more on that in a minute. So we will add that to the timeline. Let's go in here and duplicate this real quick. So we have it. Let's go into History Through the Ages. We're going to jump to the very bottom, update it, so this will be to, I think we said 28 AS, and we're going to call the age of divinity. And then lastly, we're going to add in here as, do I have those set as titles or headers? Heading 2. Okay. Okay. Age of Monsters. And we'll do the timeline in here so we can do it. 35 AS to the end. Approx 35 AS to, we'll say current for now until we get end of the book. Okay. Boop. Heading 2. There we go. And this will get info for it later. So we're going to first update this for later. And we'll do something with that later. Okay, we'll come back to that at the end. So now we have the timelines updated. Let's do a Toutler's Conquest. So, do we have these titled as something? Yeah, we do. We have them as heading 5. Let's put them as heading 5. After the creation of the golden... Wait, what do we call the city, actually? Oh, yeah, it's Desicorum. Alright, that's what I named it. Okay. Excuse me. We're just going to grab that. And go back down to where we were typing. And we're going to unheader that as normal text. Let's also make sure we're in area 11 while we're working on all this. Okay, cool. It did update. After the creation of Desicorum, a city founded on top of an old tomb by Toutler and the rest of the time fornicators. After the creation of Desicorum, a city founded on top of an old tomb by Toutler and the rest of the time fornicators. Toutler would... Please don't autocorrect me. Please stop autocorrecting me. Thank you. Toutler would declare the conquest of Drafika under the new Golden Dragon Empire, in which he planned to never have the sun set upon. The sigil of a golden dragon's skull with a blue background would be created, and Toutler would found the House of Tau. He would begin his invasion with a small army of only 10,000, first declaring on all chromatic tribes of the south. Let's pull up the old map for that. These are my old past maps, that's fine. Go into my old maps. No, I think it's in my migration map that I was working on. Yeah. Let's see, 3000 BS. So this would have been the closest we would have gotten. Oh gods, I gotta find all this. Oh no, that was way out of date. Yeah, that's way out of date now. I don't remember what the dragonborne tribes were called off the top of my head, so we're not gonna bother with trying to remember it. Oops. Let's just grab Decicorum here. Okay. First declaring on all chromatic tribes of the south, south of Decicorum. This included the. Oh, let me list what. All right, chromatic dragons. 5e. Just gotta remember what the chromatic dragons are, what colors they were. Red, black, blue, green, white, brown, purple, gray, and yellow. Okay. So we're gonna go with, I think it was purple. Well, actually, let's go to it for the Google Translate. Boop. Nope, switch. I hate that it always starts with that. There's no reason for it to, like, do it that way. How's that? Alright, let's look up purple. I guess they don't have a color for purple. Jamais, that's what we're going with. This includes the Jamais tribe, who were the most predominant for their purple coloring scales, well known to have the highest magical capabilities of the chromatic dragonborne. This is the day we're finishing off the dragonborne today, by the way. So we are going to actually finish them, or at least the chromatic dragonborne. Well known to have the highest magical capabilities, the chromatic dragonborne. They would become the first target of Toutler's invasion. However, instead of warring with them, he would grant them he would draft an offer to found a magic school where they would have full control over the daily curriculum. I think I spelled that wrong. That's definitely not how you spell curriculum. I'm not going to try the daily learnings. We'll come back to just this later. Because, well, how do you spell? Curriculum. Oh, there it is. Boop. Grab that because we need it. Daily I love Google Docs some days. Daily curriculum. And give them full sovereignty over. Let's look at our map real quick. We may have to craft a city. Yeah, I think we'll make a city here real quick. Let's grab Wonder Draft and open that up. Open cities. Open. All right. No. Symbols. First off, let's zoom in about 200%. Hello. Can I grab the map? Thank you. Thank you. Then we're gonna scale these way down, and we're gonna look to see, is there anything? We could do like a small city here, because that looks like a citadel to me. Yeah, I think we will. And then let's label this in very tiny type to, what is it, like 10? There we go. What's a good name here, actually, before I do anything? Let's see, magic. Sahiri, I like it. We're gonna name the city Sahiri. Sahiri. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then hit save. And then we're also going to export this as a JPEG's just as fine. You know, let's just do a PNG. It's easier that way. City so far. We're gonna relabel this as, what's today's date? It is the 6th of November 2021. Save. All right, because we're gonna update that here in a bit. Okay. Sovereignty over Sahiri, a town that Toutler would build to house all magic casters and educate the general populace. So let's add Sahiri as a town. Heading 6, yep, okay. Sahiri. And then we're gonna, heading 6, there we go. A city built by Toutler with a university and full schools. A city built by Toutler with a university and full schools of different levels and education types. A city built by Toutler with a university and a full school and full schools of different levels and education types. God, I'm really struggling today to be creative. I don't know what it is. It might be I might be hungry, and that might be the issue. I might go make a sandwich here in a bit. A city built by Toutler with a university and full schools of different levels and education types. City. I'm at that point where it's like nothing's clicking, if you will. Like I'm having writer's block. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna grab a protein bar, see if that helps. Maybe that's the issue. I'm hungry. just had like this major writer's block. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll come back in maybe like 30 minutes and hopefully I'll have an idea and won't have writer's block as bad. Alright, I've eaten a little bit. Hopefully this will kind of help clear things up, because my brain just feels fried today. So, okay. A city built by Tatler with a university and full of schools to different levels and education types. Founded during the, what was it, War of Scales? What did we say? Tatler's Conquest, okay. Found during Tatler's Conquest in order to appease the Chromatic, dragonborne clans of the south. Okay, so a city built by Tatler with a university and full of schools of different... I don't like how that sounds. I don't... Found during Tatler's conquest, in order to appease the Chromatic dragonborns of the clans of the south, Tatler would have this city built with the idea of creating his own personal school system and school of magic that would give the dragonborn people a step up on the other races. This would be handed to the, what was it, the Jema is what we called them? No, don't care about that, yep. Jeme. This would be handed to the Jeme clan, who were notorious for being both magically gifted and curious. The clan leader, Ja, the C scale would take up the mantle of, what do they call that? Head of, what's the name? Take up the mantle of dean and head educator, a head magician, instead of a noble title. He would revolutionize magic. I don't think that's how you spell revolutionize. Let me make sure. Oh man, I'm just having a hell of a time today, guys. Sorry. He would revolutionize magic in dragonborne lands and even begin study of the blood rights of old. Sahiri, to this day, is still the only city in which blood magic is practiced and allowed in controlled environments. It is also the only known city to have a fully crafted education system for children to adulthood. Okay. Well, we'll come back to it definitely later. Anyways, as we were writing, okay. We are going to bolden this And I think we might put the 10 AS to 15 AS up here as a future note. Boop. Okay. Okay, so after the creation of Discorm, a city found on top of an old tomb by Teltler and the rest of the Time Fornicators, Teltler would declare the conquest of Draffica under the new Golden Dragon Empire, in which he planned to never have the sun set upon. The sigil of the Golden Dragon's skull with a blue background would be created, and Teltler would found the House of Tau. He would begin the invasion with a small army of only 10,000, first declaring on all Chromatic tribes south of Discorm. This included the Jaime tribe, who were the most predominant for the purple coloring of their purple coloring of their This included the Jaime tribe, who are the most predominant for their purple coloring of scales. Interesting way of phrasing that. I'll come back to it later. Well known to have the highest magical capabilities of the Chromatic dragonborne, they would become the first target of Teltler's invasion. However, instead of warring with them, he would draft an offer to found a magic school where they would have full control over the daily curriculum and give them full sovereignty over Sahiri, a town that Teltler would build to house all magic casters and educate the general populace. Okay. This war would continue as Teltler would arrive at each Chromatic clan's territory and offer to first treat with each of the clan leaders, and if to which he would make an offer to join him in a united front, using the Jaime tribe as an example of what dragonborne, what each tribe could expect if they joined him, or to wipe their people completely from the map and history books. Sadly, 3 clans would outright refuse, with the rest either accepting their offer or cutting down the leaders who refused in order to avoid pointless destruction. The 3 clans who would outright refuse were the, we're going to come up with a name here in a minute, Gray, Yellow, and White. Let's see if they have one for Gray. The Lao To, okay. The Lao To, a clan of Gray dragonborne. Let's do Yellow. The Raya, okay. The Raya, a clan of yellow scaled dragonborn, and lastly the white Fari. The Fari, a clan of white scaled dragonborn. Okay. To this day, only a few of the 3 clans who refused survived, not being recognized on the council created by Teltler. and having either been enslaved or completely destroyed. The Fari were the only of the three that were allowed after the clan's destruction to serve under Tautler himself, as he took a Fari for his third wife and gave and crafted the new clan of what's a word for, another word for white? Let's call them the strong for this. Destroyed might be a better word. Halaka. Yeah, I like that. The of Halaka. A group who are known to be without any magical capabilities, but with extraordinary physical attributes. Okay. I think that works for them. Upon the end of the conquest, 3 houses were fully recognized and more smaller clans were allowed on the council to work alongside Tautler as he revamped the entire economy, centralizing its flow of goods and exports. Let's go with that. Also creating the first unified gold system in which all gold, silver, and copper coins would have Tautler's face on them and be used as a recognized currency. He would also instate the requirement that all newborns now must attend schools at the city of Sahiri, implementing a fully new educated generation, and would push for new innovations amongst the dragonborne tribe, or dragonborne people. Okay. No, that's correct. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. We'll come back and fix this later. Oh, here, Control E. Okay. So next one we need to do is that one. So this is heading 5. Hopefully we do finish this today. Heading 5. Yes. And we're gonna do boop. And then there we go. And then we'll bolden this. Okay. And then we want this to area 11. A war declared after the coronation. Yeah, there we go. Of what was his name? Trinitas. Trinitas, the new holy dwarven emperor and son of Tautler's old friend Logolthus. Actually, no, he never met Logolthus. And son of Logolthus, one of the members of the Time communicators. However, as Tautler had left the group long before Logolthus would join, the two had never met, and with Tautler's outright hatred for the Dwarven and Gnomish people, a declaration of war would be drafted and sent only days ahead of the now 250,000 troop army that Tautler had brought to the city of, and this is also another reason why, because I don't think we have this in the current map. Oops, can I? Thank you. Yes, which would be up here. So we need another symbol for this because there's supposed to be another building or city here. We're gonna make it another stronghold right here. And what are we gonna name this? Fodba. I like that. Fodba. Oh, Fodbach. I think Fodbaki. I think, yeah, we'll name that. Okay. Again, save, export, hit OK. We're going to put that there because we're going to update it here in a minute. We'll upload at the very end, but that's fine. Okay. And we'll add the city up here again. Or do we? Yeah, it's a city this time. Yeah, it's one of the bigger cities, so. Fodbaki. These are heading what? 6? Okay. Heading 6. A city founded with the direct translation of wide mouth in common, named after the wide opening of the river into the, what's that place called? The Great Golden Sea. The Great Golden Sea. This city would serve as a fortress and local trade magnet of the sea itself. It would also play a giant role in the invasion of the Dwarven lands during the War of, was it War of Scales, I think is what we called it. Yeah, War of Scales. Okay. War of Scales. We don't need much more than that. I think that's pretty much all you need for that right now. So let's go back down. Okay. The city of Fodbaki, yeah. Key, brought to the city of Fodbaki in preparation for the full invasion. However, before the attack on Hold and the dwarves themselves, the Golden Dragon Empire would start with a sneak attack on the Gnomish capital city. We'll put a note here for later. Insert name later. And Golden Dragon Empire would start with a sneak attack on the Gnomish capital city, without the declaration ever being sent. Toutler would... I hate that it does that. Toutler, no, fuck you, would send a small force of 25,000 troops led by his son Tor. By his third son Tor, to... Okay, Tetler would send a small force, 25,000, led by his third son Tor, to finally eliminate and genocide the entirety of the Gnomish people. Upon landing, Tor would send word to the king of the Goblin territories. I don't think that's spelled. There we go. Asking that they also assist in the conquering of the Gnomish lands, to which the current Goblin King agreed, and all of the slaver guilds joined in a single force to conquer and enslave the last of the Gnomish lands. Between the two armies, the gnomes fell within a month of the war, and the cities were either burned or outright vanished from the lands. At the same time, Toutler would launch his full invasion, meeting the Empress Tikva Silversong and striking deals with the group known as Rejected Potential to both stay out of and avoid the current war. With the agreement signed, Toutler would push Trinitas out of Stonehold and beyond the Stone Mountains. However, due to a large force led by the High Queen during the War of Divinity, Toutler would halt his invasion and release Stonehold back to the Holy Dwarven Empire. This would see the end of the war for the time being, as Toutler and his forces would retreat back to the Golden Dragon Empire's territories and begin fortification and begin fortification the borders while increasing the populace through extreme breeding programs, so as to prepare for the coming wars. Okay, and then last one. Again, heading 6. How did I misspell current? God damn it. We're gonna move that over there. Okay, we're gonna do this. Not heading bold. Okay. With the retreat and loss of the gained territories during the War of Scales, Tatler would once again begin his invasion, taking Stonehold and putting his fourth son, let's see, Rana, yeah, I like that, Rana, the fire mage in charge of the small peninsula, with the orders to mine and extract as much resources from the lands as possible. Tatler would then turn his armies to the now destroyed lands of the Gnomish, the previous Gnomish Empire, with the arrival of his army, Tatler would meet with the Mechanicus himself. Let's see. Do they have a word for machine? Ingi? I like that. Ingi, a great, or a dragonkin who led the current empire of the Mechanicus dimension. The two would come to terms and join forces as the army, the now combined army would continue its push to take as much land from the elves and dwarves as possible. However, this would lead to Tatler's army eventually being cut off as the Druidicus territory, or Druidicus dimension began, and its invasion, and would destroy all supply lines of Tatler's army. The current situation as seen by the dragonborne people themselves is a full surrounding of Tatler's army of now 400,000 strong, caught between the High Elven King and Trinitus' army and the Druidicus faction fully attacking him, stopping Tatler's plan to take Dragon's Gate and tame the great worm said to be living in the deep, dark, underground mines of Dragon's Gate, of Dragon's Gate, yeah. And his resurrection of the Null people in hopes to bring them into his own empire as a new caste of warriors and welcomed crafters. Okay, let's also make sure this all gets bumped up to 11. There we go. There's a lot to work on, but I think this looks well for me. I'm very much happy with this, and I think that will be the end of the dragonborne people for the time being. We are going to take this and copy it real quick over to the Crystal Dragonborne for the bottom of their document, if we didn't already. Nope. Paste that there, let that save, and then we can go in here and finally delete that, and we can confirm, at least now, that the end of the Dragonborne people are finished. So, let's save this, and we're going to export this one more time to this. We're going to update the map, and call that good. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we will see you guys on the next one tomorrow, probably. Catch you later.